Hello there guys, it's Joey and this is a new herbal blend for the store. This is Winter Crown of Trees and this is the Winter of Trees herbal blend, and there will be other items within this energy. Perfect for Yule, perfect for the winter season. So the Of Trees brand which I bring to the store varies across the board on what the particular energies are, but each herbal blend and anything that goes along with it combines the magic of the Ogam with the particular feeling or thread or energy matrix of the herbal blend in question. In this case, it's combining the magic of Ogam, or tree magic, with the stillness and serenity of winter. It's celebrating going inward, going into oneself, as part of the spiritual journey, and honouring one's own sovereignty to usher in a new phase of life, as well as to accept oneself without egotistical thought, as well as magic of purification, rebirth and new beginnings. So the Winter Crown of Trees throws up into imagery the idea of trees in the winter, and they have their crown of snow, and that's what I wanted. I was like, that's the vibration I wanted for the Of Trees for winter, for Yule and going forward into the cold winter months. Trees have this regality, this strength, and no, I'm not going to say it's necessarily more present at any time of year than any other, because I think trees are incredibly regal and full of sovereignty all year round. But in winter there's this starkness, this proud, fierce survival of trees, and they are completely bare, and you can see all that there is to see. You can see all the branches, and you can even see the roots in some cases as they sort of nudge through the ground depending on what tree you're looking at. And it's at this time of the year where certain trees come to the fore with their brilliant barks, and you get the visual of the sort of the nooks and the crannies and the faces in the trees. And there's something incredibly regal about this time of year for trees. Now, I've mentioned before, and I'll mention again, that within the Celtic mythology, sovereignty is tied to the land. The land is only as good as its ruler in Celtic mythology. And there's something really, really proud about the trees standing over and protecting throughout the winter. And trees obviously would have been a resource to keeping human beings warm throughout the winter months, and sheltering and protecting animals even in the winter months, the smaller woodland animals obviously. And I wanted to transfer that energy into the Winter Crown of Trees. But there's also this celebratory aspect that comes with Yule and honouring the moving into the light at Yule. Yule is the longest night, and then we move into nights getting lighter again already. We are storming ahead towards it. But there is a real serenity with this as well, and it's this real peacefulness, this going inward. It is still the dark half of the year. We're still getting ready to be birthed. We are those seeds in the ground, all wrapped up for winter, ready to burst forth and realise our potential. And that magic really goes into Winter Crown of Trees. And it's striking a balance between being non-apologetic for oneself on the same branch, I'm pulling faces because punning, as not being egotistical in that self-belief. It's I'm not better than anybody else, but I'm not going to be apologetic for who I am as a person. I'm not going to sort of degrade anybody else's experience, but I'm going to be proud of mine. And it's striking that balance and finding that balance within oneself, which I think is a real struggle for all of us to really come to terms with that, in terms of this is my reality, this is how I see things, but I have to be realistic and accepting of everybody else because they see things through their eyes and through their experiences, and their experiences are just as valid. And it's finding that equilibrium, finding that balance between give and take within human interactions. So I really wanted to weave that into the crown of trees. So it really is about ushering in a new phase of life, a new better understanding of oneself. And of course, in terms of nature, we're getting ready for the rebirth, the tail end of winter into spring. Now, we are nowhere near the spring season yet. England has barely touched winter at the minute. We are just getting a little bit cold, and I really thought it was kind of interesting how that rebirth energy just starts to take a hold, even though we're not fully there yet. It's letting things end that need to end and grow that are growing, and accepting and pulling and looking forward and purifying the self, like casting off the last of the ick and just being refreshed for a brand new way of life. So that is Winter Crown of Trees, and many blessings.